Hey guys, Brent Mail here. People call me the mailman. I'm a pro photographer traveling around Australia on my little postie bike, finding interesting people who are passionate about what they're doing and telling their stories through my lens. So buckle up and join me on my postie adventures into the unknown. In the last episode of Mailman's Postie Adventures, I test out all my gear on the sand dunes and in the bush, introduce you to my good friend Harlan, and we have a blast. In this adventure, I test out some new audio gear, deal with a flat tire on my postie bike, meet Frank on his boat Imagine, and have to battle all sorts of audio problems during the interview. Hey guys, Brent here. Today is a big day. I always get up at the crack of dawn, first light. It's the best time of the day. The birds are out too this morning. They love the mornings too. And today I get to interview Frank Future on his boat Imagine. And I'm going to be testing out some new gear that I just got in. These are the Rode Wireless Go audio transmitter and receiver. And how it works is I hook this up. I can have it like this on Frank's lapel, and it'll pick up his audio and transmit it to the receiver, which goes into my camera. Or even better is I hook this up to a lavalier mic, a lapel mic, which I've got over here, this over here, and that goes on your lapel over there, and it picks up the audio, goes into here, that transmits it to the receiver, and I get it in my camera. So I'm really keen to test this out on the boat and interview Frank and hear all about his story. Actually, while we're here, let's test out this instead of the shotgun mic that I've got in this camera right now. There we go. So what I've got now is this lavalier mic into this transmitter, into the receiver, into the camera over there. My motorbike tire's flat, and I've been pumping away with my little compressor, but no luck, it just won't pump up, and now I'm running late for my very first interview with Frank, and I hate running late. It adds a little bit of extra stress to my day that I didn't want today. So, oh well. My New Year's resolution was to laugh at myself a little more, not take life so seriously. So I guess now's the time to start laughing, but I hate being late, so I've got to pack everything into my car. Can't take my bike. Oh well, let's see how it goes. Hey, how are you, Frank? How are you?
Good.
Postie bike problems.
Yes, I saw a flat tire.
Looks like I'm not the only one having problems today. Something happened to Imagine's engine yesterday. They had to rebuild it overnight, and they're testing it out to go back to sea today.
Be a hot one today, I think.
Not sure if today is the best day to do an interview, but let's give it a try anyway.
My name's Frank Future. I moved to Port Stephens from Sydney in 1991 permanently, although I've been sailing here since the middle 70s.
This interview seems to be going really well. The audio sounds great, and Frank tells an amazing story. Well, up until I start getting all this environmental noise.
A few of us in this community would like to see it rebuilt.
I really like how Frank loves the environment, and he loves nature and our planet.
The fact that everything has to be looked after these days. Nature can't look after itself really without help from us, because we're the major problem, so we need to support it. And it was only last year I lost a motor because a plastic bag got caught in the inlet, cooling inlet, and that's a $35,000 loss, and the insurers wouldn't cover it because they seem to suggest that this is fairly normal, and plastic everywhere, you know, so we really are supporting all good measures to both eliminate single-use plastic, but to actively clean up our environment.
Passengers have arrived and we've run out of time. I need to head home to fix my Postie bike tyre. So I went ahead and purchased a stronger compressor pump. Hopefully that'll get my tyre pumped up. I've attached it. It's still not pumping up. There must be something major wrong with my tyre. I guess it's back in my car to meet Frank for lunch at Fingal Bay, and then we'll be heading over to the island and up the lighthouse where I've never been before. So I thought I'd end off this adventure with a little piece where I'm reflecting on the lessons learned from today. Probably the biggest lesson I learned today is to expect the unexpected. Even though I was properly prepared as much as I could, stuff happens, shit happens. And that's life. I was late for the appointment with Frank. I was a little bit stressed because of that. I hadn't planned for that. But that's what I call resistance. Now, resistance for us creative people is the thing that stops us from doing the creative work that we're meant to do. Now, the only way through resistance is to push through it. The second thing I learned from today is that audio is king. Now, I planned to interview Frank and get some beautiful, clean audio for his documentary, which I'm making. And in reality, the audio started off quite well using these little transmitter and receiver, which are really good. But then I started getting all this environmental noise. There was a seaplane somewhere, I could hear it. And then the engine that they were working on, they started it up to test it out while I was interviewing Frank. And that kind of ruined the audio too. So I think what I'm going to have to do is another interview with Frank where I can control the environmental noise. So I'm going to have to do it indoors somewhere, not outdoors where I've got no control over what's going on. The third thing I learned is that I need to go deeper with my subject. Now, Frank tells a great story. He's very engaging. He's a legend in my community. But I really wanted to go deeper with him. I wanted to find out what's in his heart, what's in his soul. And because of the stress I was feeling, rushing, my Postie tyre being flat, all the new audio gear that I was using, I don't think I was as connected to him as I should have been if I wanted to get the deeper stuff out of him. So as an interviewer, I need to learn to relax and really relate to my subject so that I can go really deep and find out what's in his heart. And that's another reason why I think I need to do another interview with Frank. That's it for the second Postie adventure. Please leave me comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this format. I'm just trying it out. I'm not sure what's going to work. Do you like these lessons learned at the end of the video? Leave me comments below and I'll catch you in the next adventure. Bye.